Hi Pisces, welcome back. My name is Jennifer Fawn if you're new. I do weekly tarot readings. I do not use the traditional meaning of the tarot. I channel the messages. I hear, see, feel, and know things. The cards are just kind of like a distraction for me. I don't know, I'm just figuring this out myself, but this is what works best for me at the moment, and we're gonna grow in this together. So for example, I could get the same card in 2 different readings, and I get 2 totally different messages from the same card. Do me a favor, if this resonates with you, leave me some feedback in the comments. Give this video a like, subscribe, and share with your Pisces friends or with anyone who's dealing with a Pisces. The story can go 2 ways. I could either be speaking directly to you, Pisces, or I could be speaking to a person dealing with the Pisces, the cross watcher. Another thing, I've been getting a lot of messages on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram profile in the description down below about doing personal readings. I am working on that right now, trying to figure out the best way to be able to do that. And when I know, I will definitely let you guys know, because you know you are my fellow Pisces. And just like I need guidance, it's funny because like I can't really do readings and stuff for myself because it's about myself. So it's like it's hard for me to get the messages. Like I need somebody else to do it for me. Anyway, I'm feeling very anxious. I'm feeling very, I can't breathe. I know that I'm going through a process that is actually mind-blowing. So you could be going through the same thing. My life is changing rapidly. And it is actually bringing up a lot of fear in me subconsciously. That's manifesting in my day-to-day energy, my dreams. I'm having a lot of sleep paralysis. It's a lot. So I've been very internal, but it's also very exciting because I think in the past when this happens, I've kind of just always been in fear and shut it down. And I think now I'm just allowing myself to observe the process and just be like, this is just life. So let's get into the reading, Pisces. 3 more shuffles. 1. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of resistance here. I'm really getting a lot of pain in my lower back right now, and my right hip. Suddenly, it's a very sharp lower back pain. 1 more. I'm very uncomfortable. You could be feeling very unstable, and I think I said this in another reading, something about the hips. I don't remember who it was. If I remember, I'll also leave the link to that reading in the description down below. But when I felt it, it was definitely that. It was feeling like I'm unstable, or excuse me, unbalanced, or it could be like there's energy blocks, you know, with your 1st and 2nd chakra. Or that you could be getting a lot of work done there spiritually to balance you out because you're feeling a lot unbalanced. So if this is happening, or there's a lot of things happening, like what are happening for me, which I mean, I feel like everyone's really going through this, not just Pisces. I feel very confused, almost like disoriented. Yeah, like I'm not even sure about what I'm saying now. Just know, what I was trying to say is just know that whatever's happening, like even physical pains, or, you know, it's all growth. It's all growth. Okay, so, okay, there definitely could be a situation where somebody feels torn between 2 people, like a 3-party situation. That could be what's making you feel unbalanced, is maybe you're pouring your cup in your emotional cup into more than one person, or maybe you're conflicted about which direction you should go in. I just got the chills. It could be like one person you feel really passionate about, and I mean like in a sexually fiery, passionate way, and the other person could be more of like, I want to say like an earthly type, like provider, stability type person. The other person could be like literally like crazy is the word I want to say, like absolutely crazy. Or you could be having a lot of this feeling in your life because there is a person that's crazy, sending you negative vibes all the time, where it's just always coming in your direction and you feel like you're under like this attack all the time. You could have a lot of people in your environment talking behind your back, a lot of energy or an attention on you that's causing like family drama, or like there's a lot of like a lot of shadow stuff going on that you may not be aware of around you, and you're feeling all of that energy coming towards you. I'm definitely getting the feeling of like you're exhausted. You're exhausted emotionally, you're exhausted mentally, you're emotionally exhausted. I know for myself, I don't want to talk about myself in the Pisces readings, but like I just want to be able to relate with you guys if this is what you're going through. I've been purging a lot emotionally. A lot of my fears and anxieties have really made themselves forefront in my life. And I've just been so receptive to other people's energy, and I've known this about myself, but it's like really making itself known in a whole nother way. So I've been doing a lot of stuff as far as like protecting myself more, or shutting myself off, or learning ways to protect my energy field from attack of things that I don't even know what's going on around me. But I'm learning that I'm such a psychic receiver that like it's bigger than I ever even realized, and I'm getting chills now. You could be in the same process of you're realizing a lot of gifts or things about yourself that have been present your entire life. And I had a long conversation with my mother on the phone today about this exact thing. And you're just like, how did I not see this whole time? It's been here this whole time. Like it's something I feel like maybe it's something that you've shut down over time, or you were so scared and afraid of it that you shut it off. Yeah, like I feel like I can't talk or breathe. But you may be having a lot of dreams, or a lot of memories about things from your past are coming up that you forgot about, that are re-entering your conscious mind to remind you like this isn't anything new. It's always been there. I feel like I don't mean to laugh, but you know how in the movie Lion King, Simba's father's in the clouds and he's like, Simba, you know, the kingdom is everything the light touches, or something like that. Like he's talking to him from above. Like that's how I'm getting it. It's like, no, it's been there all along. Now you can just see because you're coming out of the dark. Woo, it's like taking the blinders off. So you could very much be going through the same process, but you're just feeling so exhausted and beat down and tired. I'm getting now that you could literally be so worn down, like you don't have any passion for anybody else beside yourself. Like you could be feeling very, and I mean like in a sex way, like your sex drive is non-existent. Your passion sexually is just non-existent. Your process you're in very much is the process you're in right now is very much an internal process. It's like all you have the energy for is to be focused on you and your process internally. And this is like a big purging, a big growth, a big expansion, a big awakening. You could be not getting proper sleep too, because if you have your day-to-day grind stuff you have to get done, and then like for example you're going to sleep and you're doing a lot of work in your sleep, which I do, you know, you're just not sleeping. And this is something I want to make a video on. I don't have a pen. Okay. Mental note. Back to this. You could be feeling like you are all over the place, or you have like your hands tied in so many different directions, or you could be feeling like you have so many energy cords connected to yourself, like to other people outside yourself, or maybe you're starting to realize now like how much you're just leaking energy out to people or situations or things that don't serve you. Let me fix this light. It didn't really do anything, did it? This all means something. There's very much a symbolism I'm getting of light and dark. The passion is like, your passion could have switched from, like, you could be a very sexually passionate person, but now your passion is switched to something that's like creative in a different way. Like you're passionate about something new, a new job, a new home, a new something that presented itself to you, a new opportunity. Or you could have started one of these things, you'll know how it applies for you, but now it's like taking off and like you're getting a lot of attention, you're getting a lot of requests, you're getting a lot, and it's requiring more of your energy, and you're maybe not feeling prepared for that. And you're like wondering like, how am I going to do this? Am I ready for this? But the universe is like, you're ready. It's here. It's now. You're going to do it. It's presenting itself. It's trying to push you in the direction you need to go in, but you're still like, I don't know. Am I ready? I don't know. Can I do it? Like, how am I going to do this? I already feel so exhausted with all the stuff on my plate right now. Feel like I'm always trying to catch up. I still feel like, but let me just tell you, my Pisces friends, my mermaids, we all are in this together, not just Pisces. This is very much, a Scorpio season thing where we're all being tested. We're all being asked to cut those cords or those cycles of things that don't serve us anymore. We're all being called to do that. We're all being called to let go of those last little things that we thought we were okay with that we're not really okay with. Our candle's burned out, okay? The fire is just like barely hanging on. You're burning at both ends. You're just like, even when you're exhausted, you can't get sleep. But I feel like the struggle is the point. Because when you're really on the right path, no matter how tired, how exhausted, whatever's going on in your life, you're not getting sleep, you're being pulled in 50 directions, you still want to do it. It still gets you excited. You still are just like driven to do the work no matter what. And you're just getting the job done. Like normally in the past, like here I am on a Saturday, I am exhausted. I don't have a bra on. I'm in sweatpants. I washed my face and brushed my teeth and threw my hair up and I don't care because I know this is important and this gets me excited. But normally, if that's how I was feeling, I'd just be like, oh, I'm not going to do that today. So you could be in the same process of just like, the work needs to be done. And instead of focusing on the things to distract you from, how do I say this? Instead of focusing on the things that would normally just distract you or stop you from getting it done, you're like, so what? I don't care. I'm just going to do it anyway because it's like bigger than you. And I think that's what I say. Like whatever this thing is, it's bigger than you and you have the awareness of that. So it's coming from outside of yourself. So it's allowing you to step out of your ego of like caring what you look like or how you feel or things like that, where normally, your ego would just be like, I don't feel like doing it today. I'm just going to lay here in bed and watch YouTube all day. It's more like, no, this feels good. I know it's bigger than me. I know it has a purpose and I'm going to get it done because I'm being called to do it. And I feel like the ending is actually the scary thing. I'm feeling very emotional right now. The ending is like you have been so afraid of yourself and your power for so long, and the judgments and the criticisms and the shutdowns that you've had in your life, that like it's showing up day after day after day to just be like to really what's the word I'm trying to get, grow your spiritual muscle, to really like get you fit in the way you need to be who you're supposed to be. But it doesn't make it easy. Like there's almost like there's an attachment to the shutdown, of just looking outside of yourself and being like, okay, this keeps showing up, so it must mean that I'm not meant to do it. And maybe you've just been okay with that for so long because it's not necessarily what am I trying to say? It's not necessarily like in the past you felt like you didn't need to do it. Like it wasn't like a dire situation. Like like I don't need to get up and go to a job every day because my bills aren't going to get paid. It's not that kind of a thing. It's like, if you do it or you don't, you could go on the rest of your life and you could have a happy, mediocre life. You know what I mean? But now you're feeling like, you know, it's bigger than that. And you're no longer going to let that little creep come up in your mind and kind of just allow yourself to be less than you are, like dumb yourself down. It's really forcing you to like just be firm in who you are. And like, I'm realizing I'm having struggles with just saying, this is who I am, this is what I am, you know, and it's really pushing me to just say it. But it's like, see, like it's so hard for me still, like, so it's still a struggle from, you know, even when I'm getting feedback about things, it's like, I want to make it very clear that the things that, you know, I have gifts with or whatever, they come from outside myself. This is not something, to me, it feels very unexplainable. But the acceptance of that is difficult because I'm very like analytical and I need to understand things. So I struggle with that. And you could be very much in the same thing of just struggling with who you are and what that means. And I want to say that sometimes you don't need to understand everything. Like I have a very strong desire to understand things and how they work, and maybe that has stopped you in the past from moving forward with things. But it's just like some people are born with natural gifts to sing songs, and they don't need to be taught. They're just great singers. They get out there, they do it, they're stars. It's just, it's in them. It's just in their being, it's who they are. And that can come for any kind of gifts that you have. Sometimes we've been born into a society where it's like, where did you go to college? Let me see your degree. Where's your paperwork for that? Where's your training for this? Where's your training for that? It's almost to the point where like when someone's just born with a gift, it's like, unless you can show papers or something to validate like who you are, people aren't going to believe it, you know. But we need to remember that we all are born with gifts. We all have different things. We all, And the more you allow people to just go in their own path, in their own direction, and figure things out for themselves without trying to understand, you allow that same acceptance and belief and understanding for yourself. The more you allow yourself to stop and not have those battles with ego and trying to prove people right or wrong, or winning conversations or winning fights or having the last word, or trying to prove how somebody's wrong with all these facts. When you stop doing that and you just accept that people are where they're at and everybody's in a different place and that's okay, you allow that same thing for yourself, okay? So maybe you struggle with that, or maybe you're just being really hard on yourself or hard on the people around you, and you're not allowing the acceptance for yourself, which is not allowing any of the people around you to have acceptance and love for you because you don't give yourself that, okay? I feel like when you put down I want to say back pain. This could very much be linked to the pain that I'm feeling in my lower back and hips, is this very harsh energy. That's something that I feel like has started with you in, I'm going to say preteen years, that you've just held on to for a really long time, and it's got you in this very unbalanced, uneven place of confusion. I'm feeling very confused. I'm stumbling over my words. I feel lost. I feel like I'm not myself. You could be feeling very foreign to yourself. You could just be meeting yourself for the first time. You could have thought that you've known who you were your entire life, and now you're realizing you're nothing like the person you thought you were, or the person you've tried to create yourself to be. Maybe it's unforgetting all of the things that you've told yourself about who you were and telling yourself a new story. This could very much be an internal process. This doesn't have to be like in the beginning when I said it felt like a third party situation. This almost was like in the Aquarius reading, there was something about that in there. Like this could very much be like an internal, when I'm talking about the two energies, you could have those two energies within yourself and battling between the balancing of the two. Aquarius was very similar. So maybe if you're dealing with an Aquarius or you have Aquarius in your chart strongly, you should watch that video too. But the energy I'm feeling here, like this third party energy, could be the same thing. It's the energy within yourself. It could be you in conflict with yourself, or your ego in conflict with your higher self. Your ego in conflict with your higher knowing of trying to tell you like, it's okay, let it go. Put down the burden because my back is killing me. There's something that you've been carrying for a long time that you need to just put it down and walk away and leave it there and start over. Reintroduce yourself to yourself. Tell yourself a new story. Be kinder to yourself. Be more supportive of yourself. Love yourself. It feels like I feel so alone in my process, and I feel so like, you know, it's that very crying over spilled milk. Nothing ever goes right for me. There's this victim energy I'm feeling, you know, like it almost feels like you don't have nice things, or you compare yourself to other people, like everyone else has nicer things, but there's very much an energy of feeling like needing to start over and build a whole new foundation, and a foundation that loves and supports you, not a foundation that criticizes, beats down, and tries to prove yourself wrong. And now I'm just feeling it's very much like an internal thing, where like this feels a lot like the Aquarius reading, where you're like your own worst enemy, like you are beating yourself down. But it's like you need to have the awareness that if you're feeling like everyone else is coming at you like that, it's because you accept that from yourself. And if you are always outwardly doing that to other people, being judgmental, critical, trying to prove them wrong, ego, that's all you're gonna get back. It's very much, you know, you give what you get energy. And if that's what's around you, I mean, just observe it and correct it, because you have the power to do that. This feels very like big to me, but this is not like, a lot of the readings for this week have been, some of them had a very strong universal energy of kind of like the universe stepping in and saying, hey, I'm gonna fix this because you aren't, or it's like I'm creating this situation in your life for what's best for you. But I think Libra might have been like this. Whatever this is that's happening is very much self-created. It's very much something that you can correct on your own. You have the power to do it. You are the one who created everything around you. You are the one that can fix everything around you. The lesson I feel like for Pisces, even for myself, would be like, how am I contributing to my environment around me? Is it positive? Is it negative? Should I move more into it? Should I step away from it and start over? It's very much an energy of like, you are realizing or coming to the realization of your power, or how you are creating, or how you can contribute, or it's very much you. You could be having something that's dying, or someone in your environment that needs to have a very serious ego death. Oh my goodness, it just got so dark. Did you notice that? If you noticed that, let me know down in the comments. Like, wow. Okay. Holy crap. I'm 23 minutes into this reading. Pisces, please let me know if this resonated with you. Leave me feedback. I love your guys' feedback. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.